Valor Series Europe continues. Our Fighter quarterfinal for Europe. Vitality and X6tence are tied at 1-1.
Yeah, definitely a tie here, and there's so much on the line for X6tence. They gotta pull this through to able to stay in here and try to make it to the top 4. But they've been playing really, really well so far. And it looks like no one's gonna invade. They're going to go ahead and farm safely and then make a play potentially in the next rotation here.
So now, trying to see where these teams are going to try to get themselves any sort of counter jungle. You can see X6tence trying to get a little cheeky play on the bottom side of this map, and Moon, as well as the rest of Vitality, are going to spot this out almost immediately. The Pooch is going to get popped, but it's not going to be able to stun up multiple members the way they want. Juki, in the meanwhile, is going to try to go on to the fray, so they're going to steal away the might buff that's going to go into the hands of Zill. You're going to see a nice little rotation as well onto Happy to kind of counteract Redemption from going into their jungle. But look at the damage you have from Redemption already. Oh, no. This could be very scary. Happy, however, just as we say that, he's going to get himself nice and safely back to his tower.
He activated his second ability called Untouchable, which decreases all damage to him by 50%. But that was such a good rotation. They're trading, and they're going to get the first blood onto Chicken here, and Teamy's going to fall.
Team is going to fall, and what better individual to get that early gold into than onto Redemption's Violet. Big things are going to happen on that front. Moon, in the meanwhile, is going to take down Juki as well. Flo will barely survive as alive. 2 kills mean you into the hands of Redemption, and so just like that, Vitality finds himself in the lead early.
Oh, man, this is not looking good. This is why when Redemption has a double buff, they have to back off. You cannot contest early game when the main carry, the jungler, has double buff. He had the red and the blue cooldown along with the damage. And look at Moon. Moon also got 2 buffs. They have to be very careful now because early game, those buffs make a huge difference in damage output, and that changes the outcome of a lot of the battles when they're able to abuse both buffs.
Spirit Sentinel being taken here by Vitality, so now we're back to seeing the Vitality that we have seen time and time again. Moon, in the meanwhile, is doing a great job. Zero ends up falling, and so Moon does a nice little 1v1 in the mid lane to pick himself up his second kill of the game, as we are at 2.5 minutes, and Vitality has already found themselves up 1,300 gold.
Yeah, this is huge. It's 4-0, and it's only 2.5 minutes, and look at this Tatar. They forced him to use his ultimate defensively, and that was a really good ult to avoid the kill. And Vitality here, they need to posture and get Dragon, but because of that rotation, X6tence might be able to take the Dragon here.
They might be able to take this Dragon Knight to a little rough rotation there by Vitality. Juki's going to be able to end up picking that kill. Moon's going to try to kite some auto attacks. Azur will not end up hitting any of his ultimate. He'll get himself a little bit of a stun. Meanwhile, X6tence will end up using that ultimate preemptively to make sure that he does end up coming out alive, as Redemption's going to lean forward and try to get himself a little piece of damage, but it's going to be just enough of a warding away, getting the members of X6tence off so they can push up the tower and potentially get this bot lane tier 1.
Yeah, look at the teams here. They're playing so well and so aggressive here, engaging, counter-engaging, denying to make sure that, hey, if you want to get the Dragon, we're going to punish you. We're going to try to take this tower now. X6tence did get the Dragon, so that was a good trade for them, but they're going to probably lose the bottom tower here. And I like how Blue tried to now is playing Joker in side lane, and then Joki, who was a side laner in Lubu last game, is now Zill in the jungle. The flexibility of these players is awesome.
And so now, coming up to 4 minutes into the game, Vitality finding themselves in a spot that we have seen them all too many times before. 25% HP already being chunked out due to the simple ability of Moon. Doing a great job at clearing themselves off. No towers just yet. Blue Triton doing a good job on this side lane to keep the Malik from doing a little bit of the damage. X6tence, in the meanwhile, will find himself having to back away as Vitality will come on to the Sage Golem, potentially get themselves nice little cheeky steal. Is it going to be enough? It is. Moon will end up picking that up, and so now Vitality, great invade, great little counter jungle there.
Yeah, that is so tough to get invaded when you're a Zill, because you want to just farm and get your magic damage items. They want to finish Loki's Curse. This is the magic jungle item for Zill here, so he can start stacking immediately and up his damage output, because when Zill gets level 4, or he has ultimate up, the tornado, it does so much damage onto target squishies. So with him being invaded all the time and being denied his jungle, it's going to be much harder for Zill to amp up and get his huge mid-game power spike once he gets 2 tier 3 damage items.
So now, again, another slower game, despite the fact that we have got ourselves 4 kills. Vitality, now that they've got themselves a first lead in the early game here of game number 3, trying to play this a little bit more cautious and play to the strengths that they have had into their macro plays. Is just as I say that, it looks like they're going to be able to try to get a little bit of a kill. Blue Triton's going to have a nice flicker to come off, use that ultimate as well to try to back off. Meanwhile, X6tence going to use the ultimate on the Blue Triton. Meanwhile, actually, I stand corrected. He's going to use that nice little effort there. Teamy will end up coming out alive, but with 4 of the 5 members on the bottom side of the map and the minion wave coming up through, you might have an opportunity here for Vitality to take their first tower of the game. Yeah,
look at Violet just abusing her range and her tactical fire, doing so much work. And look at it, they're going to have to back off and they're going to lose the tower. So very nice 4-man rotation by Vitality here. Now that as a result of taking the bottom tower, they're going to get Abyssal Dragon, and that's going to put them more in the lead.
Another Abyssal Dragon goes down. This time, though, it's in favor of Vitality, 1-1, pushing themselves off Redemption. We've mentioned how the Violet power in his hands is extremely strong now that he's got himself 2-0-1, as well as Scorching Wind being completed. Good things are going to happen. A nice little rotation there by Vitality. It's going to be the tower, then it's going to be the dragon. Now they're going to go for another tower, and here's where we're starting to see the dominoes fall in place for Team Vitality.
Yeah, they have to make a play. X6tence has just lost 2 towers in back-to-back in 30 seconds. Zeo's got to go in. If Zeo lands his Windblade, he's going to basically activate his passive, because you can see 3 blade marks over the enemy heroes. Once he gets 3 marks, he does extra magic damage on those enemies who are marked, and also resets his Wind Shift cooldown immediately. So he can do Windblade, get AoE, jump in Wind Shift, and Wind Shift does AoE damage as well. So when he jumps in and Wind Shifts and he procs 3 stacks, it will then automatically reset his Wind Shift. He can then ult, do tons of damage, potentially kill somebody, and then Wind Shift out to safety, and then rinse and repeat his combo. Because the thing about Zeo that makes him a little more counterable is because his ult has such a big cooldown, huge cooldown.
Juki, in the meanwhile, is going to be able to take down Flow on the top side of the map. Great rotation by X6tence to rotate themselves off and try to create an advantage on the other side of the map. This is 7.5 minutes almost, so the Dark Slayer is a very real option if either one of these teams are able to take down enough members. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, you still see Blue Triton as well as Sudaro trying to go at it. Sudaro, I want to see how he's able to capitalize on this Malik pick that we had for them on number 1. 0-0-0 right now. Redemption, in the meanwhile, will find himself out in a way. X6tence, oh, barely going to miss, but that's going to be just enough for Zero to lock him in with that ultimate. Sudaro is going to end up falling as well, and so just like that, X6tence fell in the earlier stages, but are coming back.
Yeah, look at Jockey just waiting patiently here. He's waiting for his abilities to cool down, but he just needs to get out there. He's a little too low, and he can get caught out easily if he doesn't get out there. But that was such a good play, and they're just basically punished Redemption. Out of position, Violet, no support. Sutaro then put himself in a bad position, and they gave 2 kills over there. And it looks like they're going to get the tower here, and that is a worth it 1v1 trade.
It is. Happy might try to find himself away. Oh, just enough of a speed up. Meanwhile, though, Flow is going to do everything he can. Moon picks up the kill, so they're going to secure that. And so now with the minions coming in the top side, you can see X6tence trying to kind of float towards the top to defend from these towers, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It looks like the top tower will fall in favor of Vitality.
Yeah, and look at the code difference. Violet's at 4.9k, the most fed in the game, but Omen doing not bad here, actually, with 4.6k, and Zeo just 2 behind as a jungler. He needs more farm. He needs to not fall behind. And look at this stun onto Blue Triton. However, Azure is in a really bad spot right now. He's pretty low.
Gonna have to be careful. Juki, however, will end up falling to Zill. Not the pick that they were looking for just yet. The ultimate comes in from Sudaro to try to join the fray. You've got a couple extra minions. You can see Happy's gonna have to fix that up. Moon, meanwhile, picks himself up a double kill. Rotations aplenty. They're going to have to decide to back off. They could decide, if they so choose, to go for the Dark Slayer because their big jungler and the punish is down.
Yeah, definitely. And that was really unfortunate there because Joki went in a little too early. His team didn't engage yet. Zil, if you go in by yourself, the entire enemy team can focus you down so quickly. And he needed to use his ult timing a little better to avoid a lot of these ability shots. Because when Zil uses his ult Tornado, he's actually immune to being targeted and damage while he's using his Tornado. So that's something they need to watch out for. Zio cannot go in front. He's a very squishy mage assassin. So you gotta remember that he's a mage assassin. So you gotta be very careful with how you play Zio and let your tanks go in first.
35 to 40% chunk on one channeled ability from Moon onto X6tence. So already we're seeing this Prey to have an unbelievable amount of damage. We haven't really talked too much about it. 6-0-2. Already having himself completed the boomstick, as well as it looks like the Orb of the Magi. So Spooky Mask Lots of damage coming out.
Oh my goodness, look at that damage. Teamy uses his ultimate to survive. Being a bro saves his life, but Moon is just playing out of his mind right now, landing such critical Plague Specters and Poison Gas Bombs and setting up his team for success.
And so now we're going to have a tier 2 tower in the mid lane down. The inner ring has been completed, and this is the vitality that we were expecting to see in this series. Stumbling, trying to find themselves their identity, and you have to wonder, were these missteps a result of adding flow to the roster?
Yeah, exactly. And also, maybe they didn't pick Tar, right? There's no Tar in this game. And look at how much more decisive this game is. They're rotating much better. Nice trade by X6tence there, trading the Dragon for Darkslayer. That's exactly what you need to do. Although Darkslayer is a more important objective in the late game, you still want to trade something for it so that you can catch up. Because Dragon is huge for closing the gap on levels. And right now, they're not that behind in levels. Violet is level 14 though, so she will do a lot of damage onto a level 10 teamie.
7,100 gold is in her favor. She has all the damage to be able to help their teams, but more importantly, they've got the pushing power of the Darkslayer at their disposal. X6tence got a lot of damage done onto him. The healer is going to have to be forced to done out. Legendary goes Moon. X6tence goes down immediately. He's not have being a bro available. Moon's going to end up falling as well, but in the meanwhile, they're going to have to secure themselves a couple extra kills. The minions are going to be coming up on the bottom side of the map. Zero, Blue Triton, and Happy are still alive, but look at the poke.
Oh my god, look at that Poison Gas Bomb too. Pushing Happy out of position and down, but that poke was awesome from the side of Moon, doing so much damage. And Flo needs to be careful. He tanked way too much tower damage there and basically lost his life. They gotta learn how to juggle the aggro a little better, but let's see if Vitality can end the game.
We're gonna have to be careful because the members of X6tence have respawned. That is 2 high ground towers, however, down in their favor. So Vitality, 12 minutes in the game, have already taken 8 towers. And so what we saw as a 25-plus minute game in game number 2 has now been whittled down as Vitality is 1 tower or even just 1 core away from securing their spot in the semifinals.
Yeah, Moon is playing so well. I'm so impressed with this guy. I mean, his Raz, his L'Oreal, his Prada, his Tulin. This guy is the mid-mage to watch here. And that's something that you see when a mid-mage can play as well as Moon can, they really carry the team because Moon mages are the late game carry of every game. They do so much AoE damage, so much burst. And look, this is
oh, this could be the last one to grade on the mark. X6tence will find himself out very low. He will use the being a pro, but when you're using it on yourself, not too much is going to be able to happen. X6tence goes down as well as Juki, and so now with 3 members left alive, X6tence isn't going to be able to defend this. Moon's going to try to get in and to have a little bit of a cheeky play. The damage that he has, Zero is going to try to get off the damage, but it's not going to be enough. Juki goes down to redemption. The kills have finally happened. The long game happened in game number 2, but Moon goes legendary. Vitality, they have the minions available. Sudaro's going to come in, and just like that, the game was turned in, around, and on its head. V for victory, V for Vitality, quarterfinal win. And just like that, Vitality fixes the mistakes that they had in Game 1 and Game 2 and find themselves back in the form that we have seen them rise throughout the course of the Valor series thus far. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The desk here at the Intel Esports Arena. Jump, Suijay, a very long series, but at the end of the day, Vitality yet again walks away with the win.
They close it out. They did such a good job winning early game against a composition that needed to win early game. Again, Violet getting to late game was too much, but really the deciding factor was Moon on that Prada, landing so many clutch Plague Spectre skill shots, securing so many kills, and using Poison Gas Bombs to reposition enemy. And also Azure, he landed some really crazy Earth Splitter.